Hey y'all, happy St. Patty's Day! In today's video, I'm going to be using a 32-ounce plump from the Steel Magnolia. I've already prepped it with white Rust-Oleum 2x clear spray. Now I'm going to spritz Rust-Oleum 2x key lime, a beautiful green. I'm just going to spritz it in different areas, no rhyme or reason, just here and there. If you're interested in winning this tumbler, stay tuned to the end for details. Okay, so now I'm ready for my next step. I'm using Tacket Repositional glue. I'm just going to apply a strip of it and then use my Mod Podge brush to make good, clean, long strokes along the cup. You just want to make sure you don't want to do thick coats, so just do a light coat around the whole tumbler, because after this dries you can go back and do another layer. So always make sure you do thin coats so you don't get it on there too thick. So I got that layer on there and I got it dry. If you want to speed up the drying process, you can use your heat gun. That's what I do because I don't have patience. Now I'm going to apply my second thin layer, same as the first. Now I've got that done, I'm ready for my next step. I'm using Krewe Juice from Mr. Nola's Glitter. It's an opal, absolutely gorgeous glitter. You just want to cover the whole cup. Just pour it over the whole cup. Make sure you cover every inch of the tumbler / cup. I like to go side to side because I can cover more at a time, and just cover the whole entire cup. Don't leave any spots bare because you will be able to see those if you do. Now after I have that done, I like to take a gloved finger because the texture of the glove helps rub this in. I don't know why, but it does. Just go in circular motions with your gloved hand and just rub that in, and what it's going to do is lay that glitter down flat. That's why it's called repositional glue. So you just do this over the whole entire tumbler to get it laid good and flat. And it gives a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous outcome. I love it. I love this technique. Now after I do that, I like to take my glove off and then take my bare finger and rub over it. That way I can feel any spots that I've missed or any loose glitter that's on there, and I want to make sure I get all of that off. So I do that and then I just brush over it with a chip brush. Isn't that beautiful? Now I've got that done, I'm ready to apply. I'm using 30 milliliters of Counterculture's medium viscosity epoxy. I'm just going to apply this just like I normally would, and I'm going to let it turn for 12 hours. You want to make sure you get this good and coated. I'm using 30 milliliters because it's a 32 ounce, and I want to make sure I get a good coat on there. And I'm going to let it turn for 12 hours because I want to make sure it's good and dry for when I use the Crafty Thrivin clear cast. Sorry if y'all hear my dog snoring. Once again, she decides to nap now. So I let it turn for 12 hours. Now it's good and dry. See how beautiful? So beautiful. Now I have Crafty Thrivin's Clear Cast. This was a subscription box for February. Queen of Shenanigans. Is so perfect. This is Clear Cast, so I'm going to cut these designs out, the ones that I want to use. I'm going to apply them where I want to apply them. But you can use this as a full sheet if you want to. These little rainbows are so cute. But I'm not going to use it as a whole sheet because I want it different. I want different things from both of those sheets. So I'm just going to cut them out. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut around this decal because I like to have a good fresh edge. I don't know why. Sometimes if I don't do that, I'll be able to see the edge of it. So I just go ahead and cut that just to be on the safe side that I don't have that issue. So I'm just going to cut the whole edge off so I have a good clean edge. And then just peel it back just like a sticker. Place it where you want to place it at. I'm going to place it here, and then I press down in the center and work my way out on one side, and then I go and work my way out on the other side just to make sure I get it good and flat, and that way pushes any air bubbles out as I'm going. Perfect. I love this. Now these edges here, edge pieces, you can cut these out and use them on the edge of your tumbler. And it just gives it more character. I just like it. It just gives it more character doing things like that. I'm going to cut some of these other pieces out as I go to keep me from having to cut again, because I'm going to use these in different areas on the cup. So I'll just go ahead and cut them now. Cut these out. Trim around this clover because I don't need all this excess. And decide where you want it at before you pull it off. I'm going to put this right here at the top of the tumbler. It's going to be so cute right there. And I'm going to peel it back. Apply it the same as I did the other decal. Don't worry if you have any overage right here above the rim of the cup, because you can go back with your X-Acto knife, and that Crafty Thrivin Clear Cast, it cuts right off easily. No big deal. Just like cutting vinyl or anything else. Very simple. So just apply it the same as I do my others. And I'm going to continue to do this all over the cup. I will take my cut rainbows, place those where I want them at, and then I'm going to cut out other little things off of the two sheets that I want to use, and just going to go over the entire tumbler and place them where I want to place them at. Simple, simple, simple. If you haven't figured out, Crafty Thrivin is my most favorite crafting store, and I will link that in the description box below. I just like to pay attention to where I'm putting these at. Make sure you don't leave any blank spaces unless you want blank spaces. It's all personal preference, whether you want it a lot covered or less covered. It's all personal preference. This is so pretty. But I don't like to leave too many blank spaces, so I'm going to put some more clovers on here. And I just like to, isn't this perfect? I like to check it out, make sure I have things where I want them at. Beautiful. So beautiful. Now I'm going to take a small rainbow and I want to put that on the bottom of this tumbler. This tumbler has a flat bottom, so you can place something down there, and I just think the rainbow will be cute. The rainbow and some of the dots. I'm just going to place that right there. And apply these little dots. Just like so. See, perfect. Now, no tumbler is complete without a topper. I love toppers. I found this beautiful blinged crown on Etsy. Isn't this beautiful? And I'm going to apply it to this lid. The lid for this cup is flat. Some lids lean a little bit on the top, but this one's completely flat, so it's perfect for me to apply this crown to it. The crown will sit flat on it, which is perfect. Just like so. Now normally when I apply my bling and stuff, I use liquid fusion. And when I do my toppers, I usually use epoxy. But for this one, I'm going to use an industrial strength glue. I'm going to use E6000. There is some controversy about E6000 because you do have to wear gloves and wear a mask when you're applying it. It is a toxic glue. Anyway, I'm not going to go into all that, but this is E6000, and this is what I'm going to use to apply this crown. Nobody's going to be putting their mouth on this lid because this crown is huge. It's way too big for anybody to put their mouth on it. So a straw will have to be used for this tumbler. So it's not going to affect anything. So it'll be fine. So I'm going to use this to apply this crown. That's what I'm going to do. To each their own. Everyone has their own preferences. If you want to use something different, use something different. Now, if someone was going to be putting their mouth on there, I would use epoxy. But nobody's going to be putting their mouth on it because there will be no way for anybody to put their mouth on it. I'm going to use a Q-tip because I'm running low on gloves. So I'm just going to use the Q-tip, put these 6000 on here, run it around the lid smoothly. And you do have to be kind of quick because this does start setting up quickly. And I just want a good thin layer all the way around, like so. And then I'll be ready to just sit the crown on top of there. And now when I let this dry, I will set it in my ventilation box where I let my cups turn because that vents to the outside. I have a ventilation system on there. I have another video if you'd like to see that about the ventilation system that I use. And I'm just going to sit this in there and let it dry so it's in a well ventilated area until it's cured, which takes 24 to 72 hours for it to cure. But see, fits perfect on here. And that's what I'm going to do. Now I've got all that done. I'm going to apply my polycrylic. If you have not used polycrylic, you don't know what you're missing. This is polycrylic. I buy it in the can from Lowe's and I put it in this container. It seals everything and helps give a fabulous finish with your final layer of epoxy. So I'm going to apply this on here. I'll let it turn and dry, probably 15-20 minutes. So it all depends on the temperature in your room. I'll let it turn and dry, and then I'll be ready for my layer of epoxy. Polycrylic seals everything, and if you want a flawless finish, try it. I promise you, once you try it, you'll never go back. That was fast. Got that done. Now I've mixed up 20 milliliters of epoxy. I did 20 milliliters because this won't be my final coat. I just want to get a coat on here. I'm doing 20 milliliters of the medium viscosity from Counterculture, and I added a tad bit of Peachy Olive Glitters Brite because that is my absolute favorite. I added a tad of that in here to give it a little bit of oomph. And I will let this turn probably 12 hours, let it dry, and then I will go in with 30 milliliters of my final coat of epoxy. And I'll let that turn for 12 hours, and then it will be complete. Now, details on how to win this tumbler. Subscribe to my channel and comment on this video a positive affirmation. Another way that you can help me is share my videos. Share this video on your Facebook, your Instagram, different things like that. That is a great way to help support a channel that you like and love. And hopefully you like and love my channel, because I love and appreciate each one of y'all. If you have subscribed to me and you have a channel, please leave that in the comments below, and I will subscribe to you if I have not subscribed to you, because I believe that's how we grow. We grow by supporting each other, because we don't know everything. We learn it from each other, and that's how we grow. So again, if you would like to win this tumbler, subscribe to my channel, comment a positive affirmation. If you don't want to win this tumbler, don't do any of the above. Okay, thank you. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Your support means the world to me. I hope you're staying safe and staying blessed. Thank you so much. Bye.